Ryzen 10,000 is changing everything. But before I get to that, Nvidia's new GPU is another disappointment, which explains why AMD is crushing the competition and AMD is about to win bigger than ever. Welcome everyone to Gamer Meld. First up for today, as many of you know, Nvidia's RTX 5060 Ti series is officially here. Nvidia announced them yesterday starting at $379. Plus they announced the non-Ti series starting at $299. And they're gone. So yeah, I don't really know what to say. It's getting absurd at this point. I will have some affiliate links down in the description below for anyone who wants to watch out for restock. Those of course don't cost you anything more and it helps the channel out. Also, I posted links to them yesterday so my viewers could have a chance to get a card. So if you're someone who likes to stay up to date on all the latest PC hardware news, make sure you subscribe to Gamer Meld. Either way, we have reviews today. And let's just say it's exactly as bad as we thought. As you can see right here, the 5060 Ti, this is 14 games in rasterization, and the 5060 Ti is slower than the 4070. And not only that, but it's just barely faster than the 4060 Ti. I believe it's something like 18% faster, but when we move over to ray tracing, now this is just 4 games here, as you can see, it actually gets even worse. So it is of course still slower than the 4070, but it's only like 13% faster than the 4060 Ti. Needless to say, at this point, I don't even understand why these are selling out. I mean, this performance is completely abysmal. I would not call this a generational upgrade by really any means at all. It's honestly just sad. Regardless, they're sold out anyway, and there it is, the 5060 Ti. And next up, you know, the new 12E 2x6 connector's been lighting up the internet, and not in a good way. But instead of running from the flames that engulf your computer, I figured, why not embrace it? So forget RTX ray tracing, this is FTX flame tracing. We didn't just get AI frame generation with these new GPUs, but real-time fire simulation, right inside your case. Luckily, this t-shirt won't set your house on fire. In fact, besides the soft fabric, this is what any true PC enthusiast should wear while watching their investment combust in style. It's breathable, comfy, and actually built to last. And you can get it right now at meldstore.com. That's meldstore.com. Or visit the link in the description below. And remember, don't let your GPU be the hottest thing in the room. Just let your new shirt do the talking. Now, while the 5060 Ti is selling out for some reason, AMD's newest RX 9000 series is still completely crushing Nvidia. As you can see right down here, this is the most recent week sales numbers from the German retailer Mindfactory, which is one of the biggest retailers in that area of PC parts. And as you can see, the RX 9070 XT sold 245, while the RTX 5080 just sold 20. Yeah, that's over 10 times the amount of GPUs. And this of course proves AMD right when the CEO originally claimed that the 9070 XT sales were 10 times higher than all previous Radeon generations. The thing is that was just the first week of availability, while it's been nearly 2 months at this point, and it's still selling like this. Basically, AMD is just flat out destroying Nvidia. Basically, the sentiment surrounding Nvidia's RTX 5000 series isn't just all in our head, AMD is completely destroying them. And it looks like AMD isn't done winning yet, because we now have a release date for their upcoming RX 9060 XT. And before I get to that, don't forget that I recently covered the actual performance as well as pricing of the card, and yeah, it's almost certainly going to completely destroy. For starters, don't forget that when it comes to performance, it is set to be above the RTX 4060 Ti if these leaks are correct. And then AMD is debating for the 8GB SKU between $269 to $299, which, if we compare that to the 5060 Ti, so don't forget that it's said to be faster than the 4060 Ti, and the 5060 Ti is barely faster than the 4060 Ti. Yet, the 8GB model starts where the regular 5060 starts at. So this isn't even a comparison. We're talking a completely different model difference in terms of pricing, yet performance at that model higher. And in fact, they could even be as low as $269. Now, like I said in that video where I initially discussed this, it is still sort of disappointing, kind of, given the fact that we're talking 8GB for $300. I mean, we've had 8GB for so long at this point, but when we compare it to Nvidia's GPU, it's not even comparable. And then the 16GB model, even the worst case scenario at $379, is the same price as Nvidia's 8GB model. So yeah, it's definitely looking like AMD is set to crush Nvidia yet again. Either way, when it comes to the release, according to this, we have from this leaker who has absolutely gotten tons of leaks correct in the past. You can see that it says the announcement is Computex with launch 2 weeks later. And of course, Computex is a little over a month away, so if you're a little bummed about not being able to purchase an RTX 5060 Ti, don't worry, you don't have to wait too much longer, and you should be able to get a GPU that's even better, or at least right around it, for less. And lastly for today, it looks like AMD is set to change everything when it comes to their Ryzen 10,000 CPUs. As you can see right down here, these originally come from China. These are multiple rumors that come from China, and according to them, it says that next-gen's AMD Zen 6 based Ryzen CPUs will carry 2 distinct IMCs, or integrated memory controllers. And this apparently supports different RAM configurations. It says one of these is said to be compatible with 1 DIMM per channel boards, i.e. dual slot, whereas the other handles exclusively 2 DIMMs per channel, i.e. quad slot. Now, there is one issue. It says currently AM5 motherboards use the first RAM slots labeled A0 and B0. If you've ever looked at your motherboard's manual, which hopefully you have, it says that you want to put it in that A0 and B0 slot. And the reason for that is for initial boot training, which, as you can see, is a thing that the new IMC can't handle. Instead, it requires DDR5 modules to be placed in A1 and B1 slots. This apparently causes some incompatibility with dual slot boards that use the older 1 DPC configuration, which is 1 DIMM per channel configuration. It says, as of now, among new dual slot boards, only MSI's B850 M-Power is apparently compatible, and it looks like that may actually be why it was even released. Maybe. I don't know. It does seem a little bit early, but regardless, this is, of course, a fairly big issue. I mean, most people it likely won't be just because this is specific to dual slot boards. Now, luckily, there is a fix for this, but as it states, performance is said to be inferior to the A1, B1 configurations, meaning you are apparently going to suffer a performance hit if you fall within this category. And like I said, that definitely does suck, but an interesting thing here, at least to me, is just the fact that AMD is willing to do this. This tells me that AMD truly is making massive changes with Zen 6. I'm talking likely the rumors that we've been seeing with more cores, more cache, things like that, because obviously, that would be the only reason to go through all these changes that would, of course, make quite a few people angry. Still, this is not a good thing. I certainly hope AMD figures something out as far as allowing this without an actual performance hit, but let's just say that AMD's next-gen Ryzen 10,000 is set to be a huge release. So while that does it for today, are you pumped for AMD's next-gen Ryzen 10,000, or are you more excited for their 9060 XT? Let me know down in the comments below. And don't forget to check out the new t-shirt at meldstore.com. And as always, Have a great day.